Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ravina. If you're back, well, what's up again? So as you see, I have a glass of wine. Glass of wine here on this channel is gonna mean story time, so fuck tea, we got wine. So I was thinking about what video I want to make today. I was like, oh, and this is a different background. It is, I'm in my house in the living area and kitchen because it's a little late and I have lighting in my room. So this is just a bit better. Oh, I have lighting, but not adequate lighting. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I want to make a video, you know, dressed up cute. So I was like, okay, what should I kind of film today? And I was talking with one of my friends and I was discussing the story time. So the title should vaguely give you an idea. So am I going to hell? This is why I ask you. So I'm gonna talk about a good old fashioned Tinder date. Yes, nothing really that great comes from Tinder. Pretty much literally nothing. If it does for you, fuck it up, okay, good for you. Not for your girl here. So, this story takes place, I'm gonna throw it off a little bit by timing. I'm gonna say a year ago. And for all intents and purposes, the guy's name is gonna be Bob. So it's way far from his actual name, so okay. And I doubt he'll ever see this. All right, so point is, I obviously met him on Tinder, and Bob and I, got to talking or whatever, and it was just, he was like, oh, I'll come out and come see you. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And he kind of lived a decent distance away. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'll just make a quick drive. It was like an hour or so more. And I have to add this because this is the reason why I'm saying this. So we were, you know how you ask like things about each other, like, what are you? What's your favorite color? Blah, 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 whatever. So he asked me what my religion is. And I'm not really gonna go too much into specifics, but I was born a Hindu. I still like mad respect for it and everything. I had veered off on my own a little bit. But that's not the point. But just for saying what religion I was, I just say Hindu. And he's Christian. Awesome, cool religion, and no problems with that. So he ends up coming over or whatever, and it's like me, him, and one of my roommates. And we're, hanging out and things like that, and it was in this house. And if that gives it away to other people, who cares? So we were just talking, we're hanging out, whatever, and this was the first thing. This was the first, not even a red flag, it's like a pretty much like avalanche, okay? I should have been like, what the hell? But anyway, so we're talking about something, I forgot what exactly it was about, and he ends up bringing up religion. And he's like, oh, what religion are you? And I was like, oh, no, something like, I'm a Hindu. Like, what about, like, the point is, I ended up saying what I was. And he literally, like, was, like, shocked. He was like, oh, what? And I was like, what? And he was like, you're a Hindu? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, if I had known that, I wouldn't have been here. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, I told you. Hold on, sips wine. This is a motherfucking goblet. Like, this is not even a wine glass. But anyway, so he's like, I'm like, I told you. He's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, you can look at the messages. It's there. Like, you've asked me. Like, I know your religion. Like, blah, 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 whatever. So it ends up calming down. And we had been drinking. We were sipping a little, and it wasn't wine. It was freaking rum. It was so high. And, feeling good. So I just kind of let it go. I was like, okay, whatever. Then we ended up just us hanging out, whatever. And I had told him, like, I'm not doing hookups. I'm not gonna be doing any of that kind of stuff. So he's known this, okay? And I ended up telling him this again. And the point is, so he starts telling me the right way of life. He's telling me, he's like, you're such a, this is how he starts it. You're such a great person. It's a shame you're gonna go to hell. And I was like, what? And I was like, excuse me, I don't think I am. He's like, oh, but you are, because you're not a Christian. And again, I'm not saying this is like, whatever he's saying is just what he told me. I'm not trying to come for any type of religion, okay? I'm not trying to like be a bitch about anything. I'm just talking about a story time that happened to me. So no hate on any other religions. Do you? I don't care. But don't tell me I'm gonna go to hell. You know what I mean? Like, who are you? So he ends up trying to like, you know, I can convert you, you know, I'll take you to my church, blah, blah. And I'm like, boy, like, we on a date. Like, I don't, you know, or whatever. Like, I don't want to be talking about this. And I was like, no, like, thank you. Like, I'm good. I'm trying to leave it at that. And then I love dinosaurs. Like, if you know me, you know I love dinosaurs. And in my room, I have, what do you think? Dinosaurs, yeah. So he's like, I really like that you like dinosaurs. And I'm like, oh, like, I thought we were talking about, like, a different topic now. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I really do. He's like, yeah, because they were on Noah's Ark. Yeah, they were one of the main species. And I was like, well, first of all, there's not one. A dinosaur is not a species. There's different species, like a Stegosaurus, a Velociraptor, T-Rex, you know, you get it. So, no. And second of all, I could be wrong. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I don't know anything, okay? But like, I've asked other friends of mine who are this religion, and it doesn't really state there's like a T-Rex, you know, on the ark. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I was like, I don't think that that's a thing. He's like, it says it in the Bible. It says dinosaurs were on the ark. And I'm like, what? And I can't say too much because I've never read the Bible. So, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's not a thing, but okay. And he's like, you know, you're such a cool girl. It's a shame that I can't date you. And I'm like, boy, I don't want to date you. Like, what do you mean? But he's like, yeah, Christians can't date non-Christians. And I was like, I don't again think that's a thing. And it could very well be but at least the people that I've asked, my own friends that are Christian and, you know, are also pretty religious, some of them, they all said, no, that's not a thing. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then he's like, hold on 1 second, I have an app. And I'm like, an app, like on your phone or whatever. And he pulls up the freaking Bible. And like, again, no disrespect, but I don't want you to like, he just starts reading to me. And I'm like, oh God, like, oh Lord, no. And so then I was like getting fairly irritated because he's just hella disrespecting me in my own house. And you don't have to agree with how I live my life, but you don't need to tell me what I cannot do and how I should live my life or whatever. And so he was just telling me like, then he tells me like he was trying to make things little, so I was like, no thank you, genuinely no. And he told me, I forgot how he said it. It was the point was, it was like God's will or God's something that I, you know, gonna do a little something. And now that one, I am 100% sure isn't a thing. Like, and I was like, you know, I dislike people like that who try to use religion and like twist it around. Like, you gotta be, no offense, a real idiot if you actually believe something like that. If a guy was like, or a girl, whatever, was like, oh, in the name of God, you need to do this. No, don't fall for crap like that. So I'm like, yeah, like, no. He's like, oh, it'll help you get on the right path. I'm like, no, it really won't, you know. I don't think that's, ooh, I'm getting upset. But and then he's just bashing on like how Hindus, or he said Hindus, but he was talking about all of the religions, how they're all have a lot of faults in them, and that everyone's just damned. We're all bad people unless you believe Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. And I know that that's like a big thing in Christianity, but you know, just shut up. Like, I was making it very clear that I didn't care about his opinion. I wasn't just sitting there like, oh yeah, it's great. Like, no, I was like telling him to shut up, you know, like, I don't care. And I just find it very disrespectful for people to be like that. And I mean, as far as I know, again, not that religion, I don't think a good Christian behaves the way he behaved. And he was just so, like, he acted like he was so self-righteous and he was a perfect Christian man. And I'm like, I don't know what you think a proper Christian is, because it's certainly not you. And then it was like late. It was like late in the night. He was telling me all this stuff because we had been, like I said, we've been sipping, you know. So we ended up falling asleep. Literally just fell asleep. Let me just be clear about this. I'm like, oh, we fell asleep. Like, nothing. And then we wake up in the morning, and then I come downstairs, and I had, like, you know, like a bag of bagels. You know, you just get it. Yeah, I don't know. And so I went to go make myself a bagel because I was trying to have him just freaking leave. Like, it was so rude. I can't make this shit up, people. I had I can't show you, but like my bagels were like on a thing, like on the side or whatever. He just took my entire bag of bagels, not a bagel, okay, no, took all bagels in the freaking bag and left. Like, just was like, because I was like, oh, I think you should, like, leave, you know, because I'm sorry, you're disrespectful to me, and I was trying to be as nice as possible. I try, you know, because people, you know, like they say, don't fight fire with fire. It's true. Like, it's just as coming someone's an asshole to you doesn't mean you need to be one back. Not that I'm not sometimes. Everyone has their moments. But I was just like, you know, this guy's, and he genuinely believed this stuff. At least it seemed like it. Like, that what he was saying was so right. And, like, how, like, I'm literally, like, because I did ask him this. I was like, so if you're a bad person, but you identify as a Christian, you're okay? He's like, well, they're better off than you will be. And I don't, again, I'm not trying to get too much into that, but, like, I don't fully believe that. Like, say, like, there's a murderer and he just happens to be, I don't know, okay, he's like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I'm a murderer. And then there's me, who, and I think I'm a relatively good person, like, you know, and I don't think that that man would have priority over moi. So it was just a disaster. And so he left. And then he ended up texting me. It was really great getting to know you, you know. And he, I don't have the text message anymore, but he had even sent me a text, excuse me, that if I wanted a future with him, that he will help me convert to Christianity so we could be together, because otherwise it was forbidden. So, you know, I clearly never talked to him again. I was like, you know, I wanted to say a lot of really mean things to him and be like, you know, blank you, but I didn't. I just let him live his stupid life, and he can go ahead and go ahead and continue being an ignorant piece of shit. That's fine. So yeah, just don't ever be that kind of person, okay? Like, if you're religious, good for you, do you, okay? I'm not saying I'm not religious. I'm just not gonna get into the whole thing about how I am, because it doesn't really matter right now, but do whatever you want, but, you know, try to be respectful of other people's decisions on how they want to live their lives, because it's really not your place to say anything. And even if you think you're trying to help them out, which he kept telling me, he's like, I think you're a great person. I'm just trying to help you out. Like, I'm just really trying to help you out. And he wasn't helping me out. He ended up making me feel really bad about myself. And, but then I ended up being like, no, he's just an idiot. Why do I care about his stupid opinion? But at the time, I was sad. I was like, well, this guy's just being so rude. So, sorry for the background noise. It's cars driving by. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and that, as you can see, why I needed a little something to sip on. Because, yeah, it definitely very much irritates me when people behave like that. But anyway, if you guys liked this video, if you guys have ever, you know, been subjected to some BS like that, tell me in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like up this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.